Hey, everybody. Listen, welcome to Relationship Wednesdays. Here we are again. We're going to keep it clean, quick, and easy. Chef Kev is in the building. What's up?
What's up? How you doing?
Good. Well, good. What's going on? So today's topic is kind of interesting. I was trying to, you know me, I gotta be work my technology better, but forgive me, everyone. But there is an article out there, and y'all could probably Google it to see it. There was a bride who, at her wedding, on her wedding day, she decided to come out in a thong and in front of her guests and her husband or whatever, and she gave him a lap dance. Her whole entire backside was out. Let me see if I could share the one picture. I'm gonna try it. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna try. It's like it's not working with me. Let's do this way. It won't show. It won't show. All right. So anyway, her whole backside is out. I gotta play around with it when I'm off. Yeah. Her name was Mia Thornton. Uh, somebody said yes, her name was Mia Thornton. Make it make sense. How you doing? So her whole entire backside was out, and she gives her husband this lap dance. On her wedding day, at the wedding, in the reception. And I was saying to myself, okay, what has happened? What is going on in the world? And I get it. People should be able to do what they want, right? But what in the world is going on when your wedding, where normally your mom and dad is there, your auntie, nana, and your cousins, sometimes little kids are at wedding, and you come out in a thong to give your husband a lap dance, and then your bridesmaids are twerking. Um, I don't get it. I wasn't really here for it. I thought it was something that if she was going to do that, she should have did it at home after the wedding between her and her husband. And then you have a woman, you're married to her, and everyone at the wedding is seeing her entire backside. I don't know. What are your thoughts, Kev?
I thought it was cool. I
Mm.
had no problem with it. Only issue I would have had if there was kids there. If there was kids then, it's a no-no. And I've seen weddings. I've done a lot of weddings. I've seen weddings where it was just all adults. They're grown. They're grown. They want to. That's what she want to do. She want to do. I don't agree with posting on social media. Because you got camera phone and stuff like that. But her husband ain't had a problem with it. She ain't got a problem with it. It is what it is. Do you?
So you would be okay with your wife showing her whole backside? Your dad's there, your mom's there.
No, if that was me, but I don't have a problem with what they did. That's their situation. Me personally, no, I wouldn't. I would. I don't have, like I said, if it's that type of wedding, my parents are there. Hell no. Kids are there. No. But we don't know who was there. I don't know who was there. You know, their parents. It is what it is. So I mean, I've seen the garter belt situation get a little bit risque for me. Go figure. I seen people pull it off with their teeth. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I mean, who am I to say? You know what I mean? So just because you might not like of it or whatever, that's them. They're adults. Do that. Like I said, if kids were there, I'm a complete no. You know, we don't know. Certain cultures are different. Um,
Well,
I've
hold on
seen.
one second, Kev. Hold on one second. Make it make sense. I'm agreeing with you, right? She did it because she wanted it to go viral. It was less about the groom and more about seeking attention. And I totally agree. I thought it was distasteful. I thought it was nasty. And even if my parents or kids wasn't there, I'm allowing other people to see my backside, something that should be reserved for my husband. I think
She's
it was
probably
just,
a stripper. They probably already saw her backside before.
I
See,
don't know
lap
about all
dancing,
that.
that's what strippers do.
Yeah, but I do make it make sense. I totally agree with your statement there because nowadays everybody wants a viral moment. It's really not about, my wedding, my this. Everybody's trying to do the outrageous just for attention. But and especially I'm thinking her mom, it's her wedding. Her mom and dad had to be there. I just even wouldn't have did it for that purpose alone too. My mom is there, my dad is there, my in-laws are there. There's no way I would have came out with my backside showing, doing a lap dance to my husband. I would have did it when I got home. But go ahead, Kevin, continue.
That's on them. I mean, look at what's the biggest thing since the pandemic? OnlyFans. They're doing it. They're on Twitter. They're on Instagram. They've been doing it. She probably got an Instagram page. She probably has a Twitter page with her backside out. Somebody who did that. This is nothing. She probably said, "Girl, you got the picture. Put it on social media." So I mean, this. They got the attention that they wanted. You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not going to trip on it. It ain't me. Do you? Would I have done that? Would I expect that? No. But like I said, do you?
I will say I was reading a lot of the comments, and it was a mixed bag. There were people that were totally agreeing with her, saying it was cool, it was okay. And there was a lot of other people saying it was just extremely distasteful. Let me see. It's 2021. The mama probably loaned her that thong as that was something borrowed.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
So
here's the
that's what I'm
problem.
saying. Like,
Go ahead.
I guarantee you, if her parents had something negative to say, or his parents had something negative to say, that picture would have never hit the social media, or she didn't care, or he
Well,
didn't care.
first of all, the picture hitting social media, if you've seen the picture, everybody had their cameras out. So you can't control what other people post. So I don't know that I'm sure there could have been people that had a problem with it, but I can't control who's posting what. Literally, everybody had their camera out from the picture that I seen. I was trying to share, but like I said, I got to learn how to share. But either way, my whole thought on it is just inappropriate. And I mean, what is reserved for your partner at that point? What is private for that's just you and your mate? If you're willing to, on your wedding day, show everybody what you got, all your goods.
I think y'all looking too much into it. I know people who ain't showed nothing on their wedding day, and they share their spouse with other people.
I guess privacy is one thing, and just
To
putting all
each
your
his own.
business right. That's how you feel. So I guess privacy is one thing, and putting all your business out on the street is a whole nother thing. And I also personally feel that at some point we got to get back to the whole it takes a village. And when you have this situations like this and no one's teaching the future generation like what is right and what is wrong and what should be done in public and what should be done in private, that's how we get these particular situations like that. We can't expect for the world to respect us as women and females when we're allowing ourselves to put a narrative out there that shows that we can be disrespected. You gotta put out the energy that you want back. You can't be showing yourself as just doing whatever, doing the most, and then say to yourself, well, why is the world not respecting me?
100% right, but that's what she did. Like I said, it's her prerogative. She knew what she was doing. The husband don't have a problem. Like I said, only if there were children there, underage, I would have a problem with it. Other than that, that's probably not a wedding that I would be invited to. You know what I mean? But even if I was there, that's on you. You know what I mean? I can't say yay and nay. Because, like I said, I've done many weddings. I've seen weddings where nothing but adults, no kids whatsoever. We don't know who was at that wedding party. So it's hard to just decipher. It's something you just won't do. It's something that I won't do. That's just what we won't do. But I'm not going to knock her for doing it. She showed her husband. He was happy. Go do it. You know.
So I'll slide into the next conversation. And the next conversation is, what is your expectations of a mate? Like, what, what, not just what do you want in a mate, like, what are your expectations? Like,
As
are
far
you
as what?
okay? Well, just overall, like I can tell you my expectations in a mate, outside of like things I think that everybody will probably agree upon, is that, they should be respectful, they should be truthful, they should be honest with me. It should only be the relationship just be me and my mate. But there's some other things that I say that, I have as an expectation is, you respect me and I respect you, whether we're in each other's presence or not. And I wouldn't want my husband to be dressing inappropriately or being inappropriate with someone else. And yes, wear whatever style you want to wear, but I would never wear something so scandalous, maybe, or something so crazy, unless I was with my husband. But I wouldn't go out there looking crazy, dressing crazy, and showing too much unless I was with my husband. But even in that particular situation, just to jump back a little bit, that right there to me was the most. It was doing a lot.
Well, my thing is, you can't when you put on certain things, and I say this to young ladies all the time. You walk outside, the reaction you're looking for, may that be the reaction you get, and that's something you have to expect. Because even though you're with your mate, you're putting your mate in a certain situation where maybe he may have to defend you. Now he's going up against three or four guys, and he get his ass whooped. You have to. I've seen it. Woman comes out looking a certain way. Guy makes a comment. Her man stands up. He got four of his boys there. Now her man walking out bloody, beat down because you wore this dress or you wore this see-through top. What you're expecting to get may not be what you get. There are places to wear these things, private parties. I've seen people wear stuff, have a coat on when they get inside, they take it off. That type of situation. You come out the car, you're walking down the street, someone makes a comment. Now we get in a whole nother physical altercation. Okay? Now it's a whole nother situation. Okay? Your man defends you, knock dude out. Now he call the cops. Now he going to jail. Now you got a legal situation to go on. All because you wore something. You have to protect him as much as he's protecting you. So when you put on something, you got to think consciously. Where are you going? Are you going to be outside? Are you going to just pull in the garage and get out the car and walk this way? You know what I mean? All that stuff matters, and I've seen it countless times. And oh my God, I'm like, you didn't protect your man. He was protecting you. He's protecting you. You don't know who this dude is with. Guys get bold. Guys get bold when they're not by themselves. Okay? Guys get real bold. You know what I mean? And so, one of my young friends had a situation about a couple of years ago at a restaurant, outside restaurant. He spoke to the girl. He didn't know she was with the guy. The guy sat there, decided to swing. He with 10, 15 other guys. They beat dude half to death. So you have to be conscious, not just about I'm with my mate. If you go and put on clothes like that, make sure you're in a private setting and make sure you're safe. Make sure both of y'all are safe. Do not assume anything. So it's not just about putting something on. So, like I said, the attention you're trying to attract may not be attention you get. So you have to be conscious of those things. If you're going to be conservative, then like I said, put something like that on for your mate inside the house when you have date night and stuff like that, or whatever the situation is. I suggest do not go in a public setting where something can happen because people are going to look. People are going to look. And why you put it on? Because you want people to look. You want them to see your backside. You want them to see your big breast. You want them to see your six pack. You put it on so people can look. And that's the honest. Just be honest. That's why we do it. People don't buy $100,000 cars for people to close their eyes. They want somebody to go, ooh, look at that Lexus. Ooh, look at that Mercedes. We do it so that people can look. And that's what it is.
All right. So my next topic here is, how long do you think someone should wait if their mate has passed on before they move on and get into another relationship?
I don't think it's a time frame. I've seen people wait 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years. Um, Usually the family members of the person who passed away, they have their time frame. You know, I knew a young lady, her uncle got married like a year after her aunt passed away, and family got mad. My attitude was, she ain't coming back. He moved on. Some people move on faster than others. Now, did they heal from it? I don't know. But this is reality of it. So I don't think there's no time frame, you know.
Hey, Philly. So I do agree with you. It is no time frame. I mean, it depends on the person, and hopefully they heal first because, like you said, the person is not coming back. Do you think it's okay if you have a friend that used to date somebody? It was not a big deal. They moved on, and now you get with your friend's ex. Is that okay to go with your friend's ex?
No, I don't know.
What if it was a
The
long?
only way I could see it if it was just a booty call type deal. There was no emotions type deal, like and it would have he would have to give the okay. He would have to be like, man, I don't care. Do what you do. You know, I've seen that happen before where, and the dude's respectful about it. He said, yo, what was up with you and her? He said, man, she was just something I smashed. You know, if you want to get with her, get with her. I really don't care. Now, are they sincere about it? That's a whole nother situation. You know what I mean? I've seen people give the okay then get mad. So my thing is to avoid it. Try to avoid it. I avoid exes. I avoid exes of friends. I just avoid that. It's not. Sometimes it comes, but especially if you're tight, because you're gonna end up in the same circle. You're gonna end up in the same circle, and then it could be an issue. So it's not something that I would do.
So you don't agree. I don't know. My mic is sounding a little crazy. So here's my next question for you, Kev. What happens and what should someone do when they're totally into someone and maybe that person that they are into is not into them?
Nothing. There's nothing you can do. You can been there, done that. You can buy them house, boat, car, diamond, whatever. If they're not into you, they're not into you. You want it to be real. You don't want somebody to be into you because something you can do for them. You didn't want me then, you want me now. Why? That'd be my question. Sometimes people only want you because somebody else wants you. Or, feelings do change. I understand that. Sometimes you see somebody you didn't really wasn't looking at them. Then now you're looking at them from a different perspective because you got to know them a little bit better. But for me, I don't. It makes no sense. Like I said, I don't mind chasing, but you got to want to get caught. I'm not gonna keep chasing and chasing and chasing. Nah, I'm gonna go run somewhere else. So it's like I keep running. So some people are built for that. Some people are chasing for 7 years. You 7 years better than me. I mean, that's how I look at it. I chased it for 7 years. You 7 years better than me because I stopped after the first. You know what I mean? I'm not.
Lucky seven.
Well, lucky. God bless you. I'm just not. So those who want to do it, God bless you. But then what happens is when that person finds somebody, now you're really disappointed. Now you're
Mm.
hurt because you invested into it. She took from you. You sent gifts. You did things. You mowed her lawn, washed her car. all hoping to one day get in there, and then she shows up with Joe or Steve, and now you mad at them because you thinking I did all this. So um, you know, be careful who you accept gifts from because why are you buying me this? Why? What is the expectations behind it? You know what I mean? Okay, you gonna do this for me? Why are you doing this for me? Some people just accept, hey, I ain't, he offered, so I took it. She offered, so I took it. And then you end up with your car keyed up and your tire slashed because they bought those brand new tires you needed. You know what I mean? So I don't want those problems. I've seen those problems. That's so long ago. If the person don't want you, they don't want you. Move on.
Move on. Good advice. Is it ever okay to just break up some with someone via text? Or go ahead, I'll leave it that part first and then I'll come to the other part after you answer that.
No,
Like never?
if you can talk, unless they're crazy, where you are fearful of what they might do to you, that's different. Um, Other than that, no. If you can be, especially if it's an intimate situation, if you can jump in their bed and look them face to face, then nah, you gotta be able to face them. The only way I can see that is if somebody's in two different states or something to that effect. But if you can pick up the phone and call them, and pick up the phone and call them,
So
even there,
a phone call is okay, but text is a
the
no.
phone depends on the distance. If they're in another state or something like that, that's different. But if you right here, like I said, unless you are fearful of your life because you crazy and you saying, okay, this person's crazy, I ain't messing with him. Then that's different. You think she gonna do something crazy or he gonna do something crazy? Then I understand. I understand. But other than that, no. Be bold about it.
Be adult about it, huh? Is ghosting ever okay?
Unless it's a situation where, like I said, it's a fearful situation where they're acting a fool and it's a bunch of drama, then that's different. But no, if you said your piece and she said her piece and whatever, and you can agree to disagree, and then you slide off. If you feel um, if you hurt, yeah. Because if you hurt, why would I want to hear from you? If you just called me and told me you broke up with me, you know, I don't want to hear good morning. I don't want to read it. Whatever. Don't please leave me alone. I hit you up when I'm ready. That's how I look at that. If I hit you up, so
Should the exes be blocked from your social media?
depends on the ex. Um, I got plenty of exes on my social media. Um, they have their lives. I have mine. I see them post pictures with their new mate. I like it. Congratulations. I moved on. But like I said, if it's a messy situation, there's no problem in it. You block. Block and delete and block. So
Do you hold on to letters, pictures, videos from an ex and you are now in a new relationship? Well, congratulations, Michelle. Let me see.
okay.
Beautiful. Congrats.
Oh, um, holding on to ex pictures. I have. If we're in a relationship, let's see where this relationship goes before I start deleting everything. It ain't gonna be the first 2 3 weeks. You need to put some time in. Then maybe, you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm being real with you. Right? Don't start deleting stuff. Then all of a sudden, 3 months later, you broke up, and I'm sitting there. I could have still had that video. When you 3 years in, a year in, or something to that effect, then because I mean, most of the times I got pictures of my ex on like a hard drive because we took pictures together. I don't have no videos, um, but I understand the risque pictures. That's different. But like a picture, don't it doesn't because I'm sure you got pictures of your ex somewhere. So I mean, they got pictures of their ex somewhere. So I mean, it's a picture. Can't be your screensaver. Your phone can't be that. Can't turn on your computer and see a picture of him smiling. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Y'all together, you gotta delete that picture. You know, I've seen people with they still got their ex tattooed on them.
Well, tattoos a little
No, look at my behind, made them remove it.
mm,
Yeah, cover that up on your dime, not mine.
I don't throw away pictures, but it's like I sit there and look at them every day and reminisce. Okay, but it's not like you sit there, look at them every day and reminisce. Okay, I got it. I can understand that because it's a part of your of who you were and your history. I can understand that 100%. So, is it ever okay if you're in another relationship to go out to dinner, the movies with an ex, or to have maybe a conversation with the ex often?
Well, you should be going to the movies with anybody if you're in a relationship. Unless you're
Well, you
strictly
can have friends
well,
though, right?
friends, yeah, friends. If um, the ex thing is a tricky situation.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you're ex for a reason, and so there are people who get intimidated by just somebody you said hi to. Depends on their relationship with you. Um, why are y'all communicating? They got kids together. Why are y'all talking? What business deal y'all still have going on that y'all need to communicate? That you need to talk? That you need to
Friends.
yeah, we can be friends, but what I'm saying is, at what point of friendship where you need to go to dinner with your ex? The
You're both
conversation.
healthy.
Go ahead with that. Let me see you. Let me see you. Let your man go out with his ex and see how you feel. I sit there and I sit there and laugh. I sit there and laugh because they're hungry. Okay, so you know what I mean. Why are y'all communicating? What's the conversation about? You know what I mean? Like, why are y'all communicating? I had to communicate with an ex for business reasons. I have done it, been there, done that, but not no constant communication.
It depends on the type of relationship you have with them. I do agree. I'm messing, but it does depend upon the type of relationship that you have with them, whether or not you're gonna still have a communication with them and maybe go out to lunch or whatever the case may be. Is it is there ever a time where hey Sassy, um, is there ever a time where it's okay to hold back some information from your partner? Do they have to know everything?
Um, if it pertains to credit and blood work, yes. Okay. I need to know your credit score. I need to know your blood work. Let's put that out there. I don't need to know everybody you slept with, every sex story. I don't need to know. Um, at the same time, don't make me look like the fool, which I've seen before. Uh, and it wasn't even a crazy. It wasn't even a bad situation. She had her husband around her ex boyfriend. They just happened to run into. It was just a chance. They didn't. You know what I mean? He worked for this company. This worked for this company. And they happened to meet, and that was the ex boyfriend. And it was from college, but she didn't say nothing. And the fact that she didn't say nothing, he thought something was going on. You know what I mean? And so because dude felt like a fool. Like everybody in here knew this was your ex boyfriend, but me. And
Mm.
somebody said something, and so I've seen people try it. It's going to come out at some point. Somebody going to slip of the tongue, had too much to drink. You know how you know how those family union barbecues are. Some auntie had too much to drink. They ain't your real daddy. They go. They ain't your real daddy. Your real daddy live up the street, and so just put it out there in the open. Say what you got to say. Something like that. But to me, I don't say reveal everything, but I believe in putting things out there so it don't come back and bite you in the behind. Because then you even though you didn't lie, you look untruthful, untrustworthy. So
Okay.
you
Or would you, if your parents and your family does not like your chosen mate, are you staying with this person? What are you doing?
do me. I'm the one with them. You're not. You know. That's
So you're not coming to family events? You're gonna forego all of that because they don't want your mate around. They do not like your mate.
that's on them. I'm doing what makes me happy. Mama got her man. My brother got his wife. My sister got her husband. I got mine. Why don't you like her? What did she do to you? Was it a fight? Was it a misunderstanding? What happened? Sometimes people don't like people for the simplest things. Why I don't like her? Why? So I, I, I don't got time for that. Only time I don't like somebody is unless they did something to hurt you, then I would have a problem with it. But if y'all rectify the situation, what can I say? You know, other than that, only thing I ain't forgiving if you put your hands on one of my family, then don't bring them around me. I may knock them out. That's
Okay.
about it.
So how do you handle if you and your mate disagree on finances? For instance, maybe your mate is an overspender. How do you try to resolve that?
You got as wow. You got to have a conversation. If you want to move on, we want to build something together. You can't keep spending money like that. You know, um, I always think who I don't believe in just man and woman. I believe whoever's better with the money should handle the money. Um, but you got to know when to cut back. You got to know when to let somebody splurge. You got to say, okay, you know what? She want to get her hair and nails done. Go ahead. You know what I mean? Things like that. Um, every now and again you let things. Some people really, money for makeup, money for certain things. You let those things happen, but if they're really, really bad with money, you have to step in and you have to control at least your end of it. But it has to be a conversation. I think if y'all are trying to on the same page, you will adapt or try your best to adapt to that person. If not, it's not gonna work out.
Joint bank account?
Um, that's a messy one. I believe in joint bank accounts. At the same time, you know, you got your money. I don't believe in it. This is my thing. If I gotta hide it from you, why am I with you? That's what I truly believe. Now, some people can say, okay, joint bank accounts for the bills. You got your money, I got my money. Fine. If that's what you want to do, fine. But if I gotta stash something away and put something on the side over here that you don't know about, then why am I with you? That it's just too much for me. I don't because I have to do that now. You know what I mean? So why put myself in a situation where I gotta hide something? It doesn't make sense. You know. So that's why it doesn't make sense to me to get in that situation.
Is all money shared?
If it needs to be, I believe, you know, I can't see you having a situation or one woman having a situation with bills and I got the money. That makes no sense to me. You know, um, You know, whatever you need. If I got it, if I got it, it's yours. You know, if I got it, it's yours. You know, like I said, if you got to sit there, and we ain't talking about spending money on nonsense. If it's something nonsense, you might say, no, I ain't spending money on that. But if this person needs it, I don't see why not. All money should be shared. If you're gonna be married, all money should be shared. You know, but it shouldn't be. If I say, "Babe, let me get quick 50 real quick," well, for what? Just give me the 50. If you say I need $50, here's $50. If I gotta ask you for what, you know what I mean? You have a drug problem? What? You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. My ex actually wanted to go out to the club one night. I gave her $200. Cash out me $200. Here you go. That's it.
Are all bills 50-50?
It could be. If you're married, yes, because the government see you that way. If you're married, yes, the government see you that way. The government, if she owes taxes, you owe taxes. If she owes visa, you owe visa. So no, don't try to. You can't hire from the government. I've been married. I know the tricks. Within 2 days after saying I do, she was on my credit report. So what they owe is what you owe. Don't trust me. If they got their car repoed or they got something happened and you that's your problem. Your problem is don't ever think don't let nobody tell you anything otherwise. That's your problem as well. So yeah.
So no matter what each individual makes, bills should be 50-50. I just want to make sure I'm clear.
Bills should be paid. Who paid the most of it? Don't matter. It should be paid. So if I pay 80 and you pay 20 and she pay 20, then that's what it is. If she pay 80 and I pay 20, the bill is paid. We got to pay up this credit card because we're trying to buy this house. We got to pay up this. We got to pay up this loan. You know what I mean? We got to pay up this car. Whatever we got to do, we got to do. We got to pay this mortgage, this rent, whatever. We got to pay it. That's it. The bank don't care. The bill company don't care. Trust me, they don't care. They don't care who cut the check, or as long as the check get cut. So it's not about 50-50. It's about let's get these bills paid. Because one, you never know, especially coming out of this situation, COVID situation. You know what I mean? People lost their jobs. People lost their livelihood. You can't say, well, where's the other half of the rent when somebody ain't got no job? You know, but where's your half of the car note? You know what I mean? Where's your half of this? You know, so these things happen.
Okay, okay. So
So
we
you gonna
spoke.
ask the question of what? 'Cause I'm still waiting.
What question?
The one I said about the do's and don'ts in the bedroom.
We about to close out because it's almost 10. But if you want to address that
So I just
question, you
wondered if
can.
you were gonna ask that question.
No, go ahead. You want to address that question, you can.
It's kind of weird now to ask questions. Like I've asked questions myself. Um, do's and don'ts. I believe in making somebody feel safe and comfortable. And by that way, when you make somebody safe and comfortable, they tend to relax and let their hair down. So the do's and the don'ts really don't matter because I think people are more concerned about being protected. That makes sense. You know, people don't want to, and I say that because people are wondering, what does this person thinks about me? You know, especially women. They're wondering, what does he think about me if I do this? Or what would he think about me if I do that? You know, men can be assholes. So, you know, men can be very judgmental. Like, oh, I slept with her on the first date. Oh, I would never date her, but you slept with her. So whatever you think of her, you should think of yourself. You know, but I think when women are protected in that type of situation, when they can feel comfortable and they can feel, you know, how can I put it, safe, And I think, anything can happen. Anything can go where they wanted to go in that aspect of
So my next question is, what does your ideal relationship look like?
it. Let me ask that question. I did.
Hmm?
Hmm. Somebody who got my back through the screw ups and the mess ups. I'm not talking about abusing nobody or going out and being, but someone who got my back. You know, knowing no matter what, she's gonna be there. That's my ideal relationship. Um, knowing that uh we can, yeah, what she just said. Um, but knowing that's my ideal relationship. Is knowing that this person's not gonna run out on you. Knowing that person gonna stick with you through thick and thin. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of relationships go through some stuff that I know I wouldn't stick around. Like stuck around that, but then I see people break up over the littlest thing, like a blade of grass. You know what I mean? So so yeah, true. So you somebody who has your back no matter what. Who you everybody wasn't fine, but you know who's going to be there for you when fine is done. Who's going to be there for you when you can't walk, or if you have an accident, you push the wheelchair. You got to go to. That's the person. That's my ideal relationship. When you take away all the sex and the money and all that stuff, at the end of the day, who's going to have your back? That's my ideal relationship.
Yeah, a good support system is really another good quality to have in a relationship, right? Because it's pretty much what you're saying, somebody that's going to have your back, someone that's going to be there through it all, through thick and thin, for the better or for worse. um I think now I attribute it to social media, because people have so much easy access to other people. But I think people bail out really easy now. They bail out really quick. Um, it's like there's no standards. It's like, okay, I'm done with you, and that's it. See you later, bye, and on to the next. It's just it's a little crazy.
It's
But
microwave. It's a microwave
microwave,
relationship. It,
yeah,
it, it heats up fast and cools down even faster.
yeah,
And,
yeah.
that's what happens is no one turns on the oven and simmer and it goes boom 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 and then it goes left and it's over.
Yeah,
So
it's so true. Nobody's kind of hanging in there. So we kind of talk about this pretty often. It's like, you go through relationships has its ups and downs. What is a key point that you may offer in order to like really hold a relationship together for it to be long lasting?
wow. Um, I don't know if I have the answer to that. I honestly don't know if I have the answer to that. Because mine has never been that long. So I don't, but as people, I've never, like 10, 20 years, I've never been that long. So I don't have the answer to that. I think I know what it is, but obviously not because I haven't gotten it right. So I don't know. I really don't know.
I think really that you say you haven't got it right, but I think really everything is about um meeting the right person for you, right? And when you meet the right person for you, it's kind of like I just like wait, what is it? I ended up with lupus and RA and had to stop working. My husband joined the military because we couldn't afford health insurance with our civilian jobs. Wow. Yeah, like when you have somebody that no matter what you go through and they still stick with you, that's a really big deal. that
Hmm.
that's real in a relationship, because everybody can be there for the good, but it's like, who can ride out the wave with you? Who really care? And that's when you find out who, if they truly care about you or not, right? When something happens and they're like, listen, I got you, don't worry, I'm still here, you know what I mean? And like you said, if they got to push you in a wheelchair, if they got to bathe you, they got to help you get up out the bed, if they have to dress you, I mean, because it's a lot when you have to do for yourself. And then imagine that initially your mate, they were doing for themselves, but now they need you to help them do everything. Can you hang in there? Are you
Well,
built for that?
I see it every day at work. I see it. I work with a lot of older people. I see the men with their women, and I see them. They look healthy. They look, and they women may have a walker, or the vice versa. Or I see people with Alzheimer's. There's one couple coming in. I don't know if she has dementia, but he has to get her food for her, and then he sits there, then he feeds her first, then he
Oh,
eats, and you know what I mean. And so you see these things, and it's like we talk about, oh, he got this and he dry that and she looked like this, and I'm like, nah, that's what I want. When it's all said and done, that's what I want. Are you going to be that one when it doesn't have to be a sickness? It could be an accident. You don't have to be 80 years old. You could be our age and have an accident, and all of a sudden now you're in a wheelchair for the rest of your life. Now your leg is cut off, or you can't walk, or you can't do nothing for yourself. These things happen.
yeah.
What happens? And so a lot of times, you know, that's when people say for sickness and health, they're healthy. Everybody healthy when you say it.
Everybody's healthy when they say it.
To go back to that wedding situation, as much as you may say, okay, she showed her whole backside and whatever. If her man get in an accident, she sit there and she feeding him. She don't want me over. Because there's people out there who will cut bait in a minute. I've seen the stories. I've heard, like, my husband left me in the hospital. What? Yeah, my husband just left me in the hospital. My girl, so I heard a dude, his woman, she thought he wasn't going to come out of his situation, and she just she tried to sign a do not resuscitate. Like, I'm not resuscitating him if he, and he came out, and it took a long time to get a rehab. She emptied the account and bounced. And his brother and his wife had to take care of him and bring him back, and he's healthy now. But it was just like, yeah, it was a crazy situation. Tried to sue her, really couldn't sue her because she was married, so she had access to the money. But she just left him in the hospital. I'm taking the money. You know what I mean? I didn't sign up for this. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I'm sure that happened, but do you think there was a fractured relationship before that?
I don't know what happened before that. I would say this. Um, Somebody said to his woman one time, they was watching the 600 life, and his wife said, "What if I blew up to 600 pounds?" And he said, "I didn't sign up for this." And I said, "You said I do. Yes, you did." And he just like, "What? No, you signed up for it. When you said I did, you did." How my brother said, "You bought it. It's yours.
Is yours.
It's yours. When you buy the car, you don't know if you're gonna get a lemon or you gotta it can last your next 30 years, but it's yours." And a
Now
lot of
let me,
times,
you can get your money back.
yeah, you ain't no exchange, ain't nothing. You bought it. And so that's why when people, I really think to ask people, what do you really understand what you're getting into when you say I'm getting married? Do you really understand what you're getting into? Yeah, and I don't
Well,
think some people don't. I think people are caught up into the wedding or whatever, but do you really understand? Just take away all the good things and see when something happens. It's just like having a kid. You don't know what's gonna come out. We all want a healthy baby. We all want a healthy baby. What happens if that child comes out with Down syndrome or comes out with limbs missing, whatever? You can't put it back up there.
no,
You don't know
that
what's
might be a little bit different, I think, because maternal love is a whole nother level. But when it comes to a mate and you saying that what happens, I think, sometimes is you get one thing before the marriage or while you're dating, and then you get another thing sometimes from people after a while of dating, or some after the marriage. So, you get the representative, and then eventually you get to see the real true person. And sometimes when you see the real true person, you're like, this is not what I signed up for. I signed up for person A, and this is person B. Matter of fact, I don't even know who this person is. So I'm out. I'm done. You can't bamboozle me or do the bait and switch. You one way when we get together, when we dating, and then all of a sudden you turn into something different, and you want to say I changed, but hold up, you changed because I don't know who you are. So you have the right. Some people are in love with the idea of marriage. Yes, some people are. And some people, they get a bait and switch. And when you want to give me a bait and switch, then I got the right to give it back to you because that ain't what I signed up for. And then also too, we can't be saviors, right? I can't change another person. So if you are who you are and it is what it is, and I'm not rolling with that, then I got to say deuces.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Does the person have a right to get their act together?
They do have a right to get their act together, right? And the thing is, change behavior is everything, but it has to be consistent. So sometimes people give you lip service just to shut you up, and they change for a couple weeks, and then because they wasn't really into it, they slip back into the behavior that they were supposed to be changing, and you like, yo, I can't deal with that. I need consistency. And
Uh,
also, at a certain time in your life, like, I'm not going to be over here with the pom poms cheering you on every single second and day. You got some responsibility to yourself, and you have a responsibility to the relationship. And I shouldn't have to be the one keep pumping you, pumping you, pumping you up, because if I give you all my energy, then I'm going to have none left for me.
mhm.
Now, I don't mind because everything doesn't always go 50-50. Sometimes it's 25-75. I can deal with that. But it can't always be I'm at 75% and my mate's at 25% because then I'm going to get drained. You got to give a little, take a little. We got to swap that thing off. We got to go back and forth. We got to feed into each other's energy. But when you just sucking everything out of me, all of my energy, then I got to let you go. You got to go connect with somebody who's on the same level of energy as you, and y'all go live happily ever after. But we ain't doing this over here.
I'm gonna say this, and I heard this from several people
Uh-huh.
that, and people said they had to get their act together. Like I heard people say, "Yeah, I was 3 years in the marriage before I really realized what I had to get." You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
didn't, men and women. I remember a guy telling me, and he said he didn't know. He finally got. He said it took a guy. It took a guy on a street corner that he was hanging out on to put him in his place. And the guy said something to him, and he said he just clicked. His wife been on him. His sister was on him, and this one dude just said something. That guy, he said, I don't know this dude. Dude said something. This guy said, and he clicked, and he started to act right. And time went by, and his wife, they had another baby, and he said he found out his wife was planning a divorce, and his sister was helping him. That's how much it was. And he was like, he didn't even know it. And it was like maybe 2, 3 years after the fact, and his sister was like, I'm so glad you got your act together. And it wasn't like he was cheating. He was just never home. He was always out with the fellas doing it. You know what I mean? And somebody was like, if your wife is dead, why are you here? Something to the effect. But sometimes it take, and I've even heard women say, like I wasn't treating my husband right. I wasn't doing things the right way, and it took a while from this or somebody like put him in their place. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
then they sat there, and because one of the things I find out because I've been married is that when you get married, it's almost I don't know if you heard this before, but it's the same when they go when you're sick, everyone's a doctor, and when you're in legal trouble, everyone's a lawyer. Well, when you get married, everybody has a trust me. When people you even know, when you get married, everybody got advice. They're a marriage counselor. Feel like you're on an Oprah show. Everyone got oh, let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. And you know, I learned a lot. I listened to a lot of people, and a lot of people it was like, yo, I didn't. It took me a while to get the act together. You know what I mean? It's male and female, black, white, whatever. Some people come off the gate running. Some people they didn't know. I didn't. Some people from the beginning like, oh, I didn't sign up for this. Like all of a sudden, I got a baby, I got a kid, I got a baby, I got a husband. Now I'm my mom. You know what I'm saying? And they was just like, I wasn't ready for this. And so it was, they want to be the party girl and stuff. So people had to get their act together. I know we're older now, so it's a little bit different. But when you walk into that sanctuary of marriage, if you've never been there, it's a different ball game. Because I thought I was ready for it. I just knew it, I didn't realize how much it was to it. You know what I mean? It's a lot to it. It's a lot to it. So you have to be ready
Kathy,
for it.
I love this. I think marriage counseling is better before you get married. It brings out how the person really feels about you and see you. Also, you should put God first in your marriage if you are a believer. I love that, and I truly do believe that. I believe in marriage counseling. I believe in putting God first. I believe that y'all should talk this thing out and figure this thing out before you take that big step because it's a lot. But I also believe if you do take the step, then be prepared to hang in there. To hang in there. Give your relationship and your marriage a chance and a try.
And don't
Go
let
ahead.
no outside people in your situation.
Don't let no outside people in your situation. That is a good closeout statement, Cav. Do even
People
when
will,
you're dating, even when you date it, do not let other people up in your situation. Do not tell them your business.
because people will throw a monkey wrench in your program for them. Girl, you don't. Oh, you was cool because mine like-minded people hang out, and so you got somebody, but your girlfriends don't got nobody, and girl, you don't hang out with us no more. You did. But let them find somebody. They'll ghost your ass in a New York minute. You be sitting there like, hold up. And so that's one thing I know, and I've seen a lot where people will sit there and tell you XYZ, XYZ, and this is a key for friends, and this is why friends are looked at on the negative side when it comes to relationships and marriage. And if that friend at any time wants to be with you, wants to get with you, then they're not a friend, and they shouldn't be in your circle. And I'm telling you that straight up. If that friend, and I always ask women, if you drop your drawers right now, would he hit it? Then he's not a friend. He's on a prowl, playing in a friendship, and he's how you say whoops and sheep closing. He's a prowl in the friendship closing. He's just playing the friend role, hoping to get him some. And you got to be very careful about having those people in your circle because they're never going to give you advice to help out your situation. They're going to give you advice to help out their situation. And you got to be
That's
very careful about
interesting. That's interesting. All right, Kev. We're going to close out here at this particular point. I want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us. But before we actually close out, what are your final words?
that. Good question. Don't I don't know. Put God first
Mm-hmm.
before you get into a relationship. With a relationship, and you know, uh, just be respectful of the person you're with. I think that's the key to that. Be open, um, and make sure you're okay before you walk into a situation. We always look checking the other person. Make sure you're okay. Make sure you're ready before you walk into a situation.
You talking about mentally, physically.
Mentally, physically, emotionally. I've been in situations where I was physically and emotionally in it, but mentally I wasn't in it.
Mm,
And it felt like somebody was choking me. I felt trapped, and I wasn't ready. And so you have to understand that.
yes, I agree. So, Kev, thank you. Thank you, everyone in the chat. We love seeing y'all. Join us again next Wednesday for Relationship Wednesdays, where I think we're going to, I'll post a little bit early what our topic is going to be and what we're going to be talking about, just to, get everybody a little peek inside what we would be talking about next Wednesday. But again, thank you guys for hanging out with us. Thanks, Kev, as always. I took my glasses off. I can't see here. Such good advice, Chef Kev. Yes, yes. Oh, there you go. Thank you. Smoocher B, is that? I hope I said that right. So good advice, Kev. Thank you so much for that. Yeah. Okay, so we appreciate y'all. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see y'all next Wednesday. All right, Kev.
All right, good
Bye.
night.
Good night.